Are you dreading potty training? Do you have visions of spending months cleaning up accidents, stuck in a never-ending cycle of laundry and frustration? You are not alone. It's one of the most anticipated yet feared milestones of early childhood. But what if I told you that a lot of that struggle often comes from the timing paradox? Research shows that starting too early, before a child is ready, can actually double the training time. We're about to change that. While there's no single magic age, research has identified a developmental sweet spot where a child's brain and body are in sync. Studies suggest that while intensive training may have little benefit before 27 months, children who start after 2.5 years or 30 months often complete the process in 10 months or less. This isn't a magic trick. It's about waiting for the higher cognitive and communicative skills to develop, which allows everything to finally click. Today, we are revealing 5 parent-tested steps that take advantage of this prime developmental window to make potty training happen not in months, but in a matter of days. Let's get into it. Step 1. Preparation, observation, and modeling. Before you even buy a potty, the first and most crucial step is preparation. It's about understanding the why before you get to the how. A key part of this is normalizing the bathroom. Well, before training begins, let your child watch you or other trusted family members use the toilet. Talk about what you're doing. Another crucial preparation is to introduce a consistent vocabulary for pee and poop during the 18 to 24 month phase. As you change their diaper, you can say things like, "I see you went pee and your diaper is wet. Let's get you dry." This creates the mental framework your child will need once active training starts. Then, shift your mindset from a date on the calendar and instead become an observer of your child. Are they showing these signs of readiness? Staying dry for at least 2 hours or waking up dry from naps? Showing curiosity about the toilet or following you into the bathroom? Communicating that they have to go, even with nonverbal cues like fidgeting or going to a quiet corner? Expressing discomfort with a wet or dirty diaper? Demonstrating independence in other areas of life? If you're seeing a cluster of these signs, you've likely found your child's window of readiness. Now it's time to prepare the environment and yourself. Get the supplies: a potty chair or a toilet seat. Insert with a step stool, lots of underwear, and cleaning supplies. Let your child be part of it and pick out their own gear to give them a sense of ownership. Finally, prepare yourself. Your job is to be a patient, positive, and consistent coach. Your frustration can create anxiety in your child, which will only slow things down. Remember, this is a skill they are learning, just like walking or talking. It's a process, not a performance. Step 2. The 3 to 7 day isolation window. Once you've spotted the signs of readiness and prepared your child, it's time for Step 2. Creating a dedicated potty training window. This is where the famous intensive training methods come into play, rooted in the Azarin and Fox method developed in the 1970s. The core idea is that the click requires total parental focus. You'll need to choose a dedicated window of 3 to 7 days with no outside commitments. This isn't the time for errands or playdates. Your home becomes a potty training boot camp. According to a poll from C.S. Mott Children's Hospital, it is vital to avoid this window during major life stressors, such as a move or the birth of a new sibling, which are leading causes of training failure or regression. Here's how you set it up. First, make the transition official with a goodbye diapers ceremony. From this moment on, for the next few days at home, let your child be naked from the waist down. Why no pants? It's all about immediate sensory feedback. Without a diaper or even underwear, your child can't ignore what's happening. When they start to pee, they see it and feel it instantly, creating a powerful link between the sensation and the result. Your job is to be a friendly, supportive hawk. You're watching for their cues, the little dance, the sudden stillness, holding themselves. The second you see a cue, you calmly guide them to the potty. I see you need to pee. Let's get it in the potty. You'll also use scheduled potty sits. Set a timer and take them to the potty every 20 to 30 minutes, especially after waking, after meals, and before bed. Don't ask, do you have to go? The answer will almost always be no. Instead, say with a smile, it's potty time. This intense window immerses your child in the process, focusing all their energy on mastering this one skill. Step 3. The big kid reveal. This step is where the training wheels come off and your child starts to see themselves as a big kid. On the morning of day 1 of your isolation window, initiate the big kid reveal. Parents and children should throw away the diapers together and transition immediately to cotton training pants or underwear. This reveal makes the transition feel special, and more importantly, it helps the child learn to identify wetness versus dryness. This is the foundational feedback loop for developing continence. While they might be bare-bottomed for much of the first day, the underwear is there as a symbol and a goal. Diapers are for babies, but you're a big kid now, so you get to wear cool underwear. Next, become a master of modeling. Toddlers are expert mimics. They learn by watching you. Throughout the day, announce when you have to use the bathroom. My body is telling me I need to go. I'm going to the potty now. Let your child come with you and talk them through it. First, I pull down my pants. Then I sit on the potty. Now I get some toilet paper to wipe. I pull my pants up, flush the toilet, and now the most important part, I wash my hands. This narration demystifies the process and normalizes it. When you take your child for their potty sits, make it a positive experience. A minute or 2 is plenty. You can read a special potty book or sing a song that you only use for potty time. The moment they succeed, even a few drops, unleash immediate and enthusiastic positive reinforcement. Cheers, high fives, a happy dance. You did it. You got pee in the potty. I am so proud of you. This joyful feedback wires their brain to want to do it again. Step 4. Biomechanical optimization, the correct sit. This might be one of the most overlooked yet critical steps. How your child sits on the potty matters a lot. Step 4 is about optimizing their posture to make it easy for their body to do its job. The ideal potty posture has their shoulders over their hips, their knees at or slightly above hip level, and their feet flat on a step support. This squatting position naturally relaxes the pelvic floor muscles and straightens the colon, allowing for easier and more complete emptying of the bladder and bowels. When a child's feet dangle, they have to tense their muscles just to stay balanced, making it physically harder to go. According to research, without proper foot support, children may struggle to void completely, which can lead to a higher risk of urinary tract infections or stool refusal. So, how do you achieve this? First, a small standalone potty chair. Their feet will naturally rest flat on the floor, putting them in the correct position. The second option is a toilet seat insert on your regular toilet, but it must be paired with a secure step stool. The stool provides that crucial foot support, allowing them to feel stable and push effectively. Take a moment to check your child's posture. This one simple adjustment can solve a host of issues and set them up for a lifetime of healthy bathroom habits. Step 5. Practice, rewards, and building autonomy. This step is about creating chances for success and positively reinforcing them. First, you're going to fluid load to create frequent opportunities for practice. This doesn't mean forcing them to drink, but you will offer plenty of their favorite fluids, water, diluted juice, milk, throughout the day. The more they drink, the more opportunities they'll have to practice going to the potty. Next, let's talk rewards. While your praise is the best reward, many children also benefit from a simple, tangible reward system. Research shows that providing immediate rewards like stickers, small treats, or heavy praise for every successful potty use helps reinforce the behavior. Over time, these positive reinforcements help transition the behavior from a parental demand into a child's own desire for autonomy and self-mastery. Sticker charts are a classic for a reason. The key is that the reward must happen immediately after the action to be effective. After your training window, it's time to venture out. Before you leave the house, have them sit on the potty. When you're out, plan for frequent potty breaks and know where the bathrooms are. Mastering this step is about turning practice into a confident, independent habit. Mastering these 5 steps will empower you to navigate this milestone with confidence. It transforms a process that feels daunting into a clear plan that works with your child's development, not against it. Remember, no matter how perfectly you follow these steps, there will be accidents. In fact, some reports suggest that as many as 80% of families experience setbacks. Accidents are a necessary part of learning and should be treated as learning opportunities, not moments for scolding. If an accident happens, stay calm and neutral. Say firmly, "Pee and poop go in the potty," then quickly move them to the bathroom to finish. However, if a child shows ongoing anxiety, chronic withholding, or stool refusal, it's important to screen for other issues. Functional constipation, for example, is a common problem in childhood. When regression happens, don't panic. Go back to basics, more reminders, bring back the sticker chart, and offer lots of praise. Every child is different, and their timeline will be too. You are the expert on your child. Trust your instincts, be patient, and you will guide your child through this major step. You've got this. And if you found this guide helpful, make sure to subscribe for more parent-tested strategies that actually work.